everybody. Welcome to the Teen Magazine Open Conversations here Wednesday. Start at live at 3 o'clock every Wednesday. I'm so excited because we now are going into not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. We're going into our sixth, seventh week, rocking out for our youth. Let me just say this, and I know y'all just like, how are we getting to do this? How are we really getting ready to rock out? How are we getting ready to really do this? It's so amazing that I tell you, we have taken the actual Teen Magazine, which is named after Pastor John H. McReynolds, as you know, that started in the basement of the church at Mount Olive Baptist Church. He's been there for 33 years, retired, and still rocking. So I've actually literally have taken the magazine and brought it to virtue. So you're saying, how did Tamika, First Lady, bring something to virtue when I have not a clue? I have, when I tell you, when I say such an awesome team, Jamila T. Davis, Lydia, Tashonda Carson, Wednesday, Shay Maggot, just everybody that comes together to really rock out for our kids. So I say that to say to you that we are going to be here knocking on doors with the Board of Education, Dr. Walker, having these open conversations for our youth, starting in high schools, to be able to say, we are here for you. Now, we're live. Let me just say, so if you see me trying to get somebody's attention or moving around, you're like, what is she doing? You are my audience and you're seeing it firsthand. So I just, first of all, it's a little loud. So I'm going to just tell Don. Don is he's like working with me today. I'm going to tell Don, turn down the TV just a little bit, Don. Just right there, Don. Just the remote control. Just turn it down. See, I tell y'all, we live. We're not playing no games. I got to make sure Pastor is good. Just turn it down just a little bit, just in case. If Pastor still want to make sure that he hears it, we good. Now I'm good, because I don't want you to hear all that background noise. Like, what is she doing? Having a party. So again, we are here rocking for our youth. I cannot do it. I cannot do it without Director Stacey Flanagan. Director Stacey Flanagan is my boss. We got approval by the Honorable Mayor Stephen Fulop, which, runs our city and is our wonderful mayor that has given us the opportunity to say, let's go for our kids. And when I say to you, that's what he has done, that's what he has done. So now, literally, he's allowed us to be able to go and rock out to the end of November for our children. So you're probably saying, what do I mean rock out for our children? So let me just tell you, it's COVID, right? We're wearing our masks. We have to do 6 feet. We have to make sure we got social distancing, making sure that we do everything that we need to do to keep our children safe. But guess what? We're still able to go and give them some hope. So not only knocking on their doors, we're doing a financial blessing. We're giving away screen TVs, which we have the best sponsors in the world: Walmart, Staples, WBLS, Hot 97, Sherockdecors, Monique Techniques. Like, everybody has come together and said, we want to be here for our kids. Sarah's daughters, Angelcares, like, the list goes on and on and on, and I'll be naming them throughout the show. The police director, Tawanda Moody, which she got the unions to help. I have Elise Gibbs that's going to be joining us later. But I just have to say to you, on the real reason that we do this show. And again, I didn't even know we could do a show. And I wanted to touch on something before I even bring any guests on, because right before I went on, I texted a good friend of mine, and I know you all know I could talk about her a lot on the show. Her name is Yandy. And not only she's one of my friends, she's family to me. And I know she's going through it. And as I was getting ready to get on, I wanted to dedicate this show to her because, as you know, she's rocking for the family for Breonna Taylor. Now, I haven't touched a whole lot because I don't talk about stuff that I don't know, but I've been praying for the Taylor family. I've been praying for the Floyd family. We've been praying just for our country. But Yandy has been going through it along with her team, the family that's rocking out there with her, Jamila. And before I went on today, I needed to address this because it came in my spirit. And I don't want to get emotional, because I want you to understand, when someone is hurting and when you know them and when you're rocking for them and when you can't be there where they are, you have to, send your prayers and make sure that they know, like text them, call them, whatever you need to do. And I want to tell Yandy this, and I don't know the Taylor family from what I see on the news and from what I know with Yandy and, Jamila and everybody that's doing. Before I got on today, it came to me that I just want to make sure they know that Pastor John H. McReynolds and myself are praying for them. And I'm praying for you, Yandy. You a mother, you a sister, you a wife, you my diva, and I know you're hurting. And I didn't even know that before we started texting, before I went on the air. I felt you. So I say to you, my sister, and to my diva, God got you. He got you. And me and Rev is praying for you and for your strength, for you to continue to rock out and doing what you do with the team that you have around you, because I know it's just not you. But today your heart is heavy. So I want to send all the love and all the hugs that I can send to you from over here directly to you, to say that we are praying, we're holding you up, and we're holding the Taylor family and everybody that's been affected in this, because it's not easy. It's not rough. I mean, it's not, it is rough, but I want you to know that we are definitely here for you. Um, we're going through serious times. And this was not even a part of my whole, like, first of all, I never have a skit. I never know what I'm going to do. I don't know. We don't sit down and we don't plan out the show like, we the Oprah Winfrey show and I have producers and they writing this stuff for me. That ain't how this go. How it go is making sure that we continue to rock our children, and whatever lays in my heart for me to be able to speak about it. And I wanted to be able to just share that, because sometimes as sisters, we have to be able to share and let people know that we love them, that we care for them, and that we are praying for those that are going through. So I just wanted to say that, on behalf of your family out here, Yandy, we got you, we love you, and we rocking for you. And to the Taylor family and to all the families that have been affected here in our country with the awful, just the terribleness that's happened, we're praying for you as well. Saying that, our children and this whole direction of this open conversation, last week, we started this whole mental issue component that my director had started, and started this conversation. And our kids are really, really going through it. We talked about yoga, started talking about meditation, started talking about all these different things that are affecting us in COVID during these times. So I'm trying to remember, did it affect us before COVID? Yeah, it did. It just not affected us more, because now we had to sit down, be still, and really get to really, really relate to see exactly what we're dealing with. And I think now with all of this stuff that's going on, it's so serious. I got Angela McKnight. See, I'll tell you this is live. See, we got my assemblywoman. Go ahead and let Angela McKnight join me in, because this fits right in. Is that the diva? Hey, diva.
Hey, Diva. How
How
are
are
you?
you? How
I'm
are
good. I'm
you?
good.
First of all,
Taking one day at a time.
I'm praying for you. I didn't think you were going to be on. First of all, we want to send our condolences and our prayers out to you and your family. I'm going to still scream your name, hi, like I always do, to send you that love, because I know you're going through it. And I just want to tell you that I love you, and that you didn't have to get on today. But when I talked to you, you said, no, I want to get on, but you didn't have to. But I want to tell you, a silly woman, you're my rock star, um, one of the best leaders I know that rock for our kids. And It's a privilege to be able to share this platform with you today.
Well, I appreciate it. And thank you for your prayers and your text messages and calls. I do appreciate it. It's rough, especially that, my twin and family, they're down in Florida. And with COVID, travel is not, it's not conducive. So
Right.
I'm sending love and prayer and talking to her and family, every day, multiple times of the day. This is a hard pill to swallow. It's a surprise, right? Surprise. So a shock, not a surprise, a shock.
Mm. Right. Right.
But we'll
Right.
get through this, and I know the Lord doesn't make any mistakes. Nope,
Right.
He doesn't make any mistakes. So we have another angel up there in heaven. Carrie
Right.
is up in heaven. So I appreciate you and everyone else
Well,
who's sending love and prayers. And you got to keep moving, right? You just have
Mm-hmm.
to keep moving. And I was listening to you when you was talking about mental health, and we have to take a moment to feel those feelings, whomever your higher power is. Mine is the Lord, and
Right.
He gives us laughter, joy, sorrow, pain, and we have to be able to recognize what we're feeling, and take it in,
Right.
but don't let it just take over you. And I'm not a therapist. I'm not
Nope.
nowhere near a therapist. That's not my credentials. But
Right.
I do know you have to feel them because He gave them to us. So
Right.
you feel them, but you get a support system. You reach out to people. People in your circle should reach out to you just to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Right?
Right.
Because you
Right.
shouldn't have to deal with this by yourself. So I appreciate you, and I'm happy that I am on. I'm on, and I'm working. Right? I'm trying to
I
keep
know.
my normal routine
Right.
while I'm especially there for my sister, my niece, and nephew, and family that's down in Florida. So thank you.
Well, normally, and again, this is why it's so important to have family. And this is why, I keep Rev close to me because when I tell you my husband pray and pastor is always there, like literally just to be able to hold you up the best way that we can from a distance, but just to letting you know, just to tell you that we love you and that we have you. If you do have to jump on Eva, you already know, I understand. I just was talking about Yandy. And Yandy is very close to me. Like she's just a part of our family, and she's feeling sad. And when somebody feels sad that you love, you feel sad. And even before I got on, I couldn't even get. I mean, I'm excited for the kids, but then again, I want to be able to show those real emotions as well because when somebody hurts that's close to you or going through something such as yourself or whatever the case may be, you want them to know that you're feeling for them, you got them, and that you're rocking for them no matter. So I say that's what I was talking about before we got on. And this is why real conversations, and this is why this whole segment, open conversations, because this is real. We talk and make sure that these kids understand everybody go through. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And everybody goes through. And when you're going through, whether it's during COVID, during whatever it is, you got to know that you have a support team. And that's why, and you've been there for me, when my husband, has been going through. Like, it's just important to have people praying for you. And
Absolutely.
I say this all the time, like when you have, like, and I use an example as Monique. Monique is my diva from Monique Techniques. Not only get me all glammed up, my hair, my makeup, all that good. Shout out to Tamika and shout out to Deke up there at Monique Techniques. It's so important when you're going through that Monique will call me, and even if she don't call, she gonna make sure Rev got some food. Even when sometimes Rev want her food better than you want my food. Yeah, I said it live, y'all. See, I'm live, y'all. I'm telling you the truth. Because and guess what? The diva could cook too. So if she can cook you something, you better let her cook you something. But all jokes aside, it's so good when people are there for you, no matter. So this whole segment, and I think I just changed the whole show lineup because I really just want to be able to have real open conversations and let people know, no matter if you're going through, you got somebody there to stand for you. So if you're having a bad day, if somebody has been affected by COVID, if somebody's been affected by mental health, if somebody's been affected by death, if somebody's been affected by anything, this is where we taking our arms around and just sending them out to you and putting them around you. And I think this is why this whole, not only just with sisterhood, I always talk about the mayor, and people probably say she talks about the honorable and give the honorable so much credit. And I'm gonna say to you, everybody out there that's listening, and why I do what I do, because I don't say nothing I don't mean. And Assemblywoman, you know this. The honorable has not denied me of anything to help rock for these kids. That's why I do what I do. The Honorable has not once said no to Pastor in regards to Teen Magazine and changing people's lives. That's why I do what I do. And that goes along with the council president, Joyce Waterman. That goes along with Councilman Jermaine Robinson, Freeholder Jerry Walker, yourself. Like, I'm talking about people that rock out for our kids. So I'm not saying we can't disagree, things don't happen or whatever, but I'm talking about the facts. Stacey Flanagan, like rocking for the kids, not rocking for Tamika, not rocking for Rev, rocking for the kids. So that's the reason why I give people their props, because we quick to talk about people when they don't do. We quick to talk about people, when we want to, trash them. But then when they're doing something, we don't want to share that. So I'm that chick that will share that, and I'll share the other stuff as well. But I say thank you to the honorable, because sometimes we just, and it's not about getting credit. It's about doing the right thing and about taking care of our children no matter what. So I say that, and I feel better because I'm seeing your face now. I feel better because I wasn't even planning on talking about Yandy live today, and Miss Taylor, and sending my prayers out to the Taylor family, and we've been doing that here personally, but I wanted to share that because I think sometimes we have to do that. But I feel good now because the next guest that I'm going to bring on, and this is another diva. She's representing the Jersey City Police Department, representing Director Shea and Tawanda Moody. Let's bring Elise Gibbs on. Elise, are you there?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello,
Upstairs.
hello,
Hello.
hello, hello, diva. How
It's
are
good
you?
to see. I'm well. It's good to see all of you and see that you're doing well and see your beautiful faces and smiles. The smiling these days are important.
Yes.
And I bring greetings on behalf of course, my director, Director Tawana Moody, and Director James Shea from the Jersey City Police Department. And we just want to let everyone know that we are here. We still rock to the kids because they are about our future, and they're what's important to us. Without them, where will we be?
Right.
You know?
Right, right, right. Well, I have to say to you, Elise, and you've been a part of our family, not only, praying for my husband and uh, being a part of our kids. And I'm talking about not only in Jersey City, but statewide, because that's what we do. I have to say, I've been consistent. And I wanted you on today. I know Director Moody's schedule is crazy. And I know, I text her every day. I get on her nerves. I don't care. I get on her nerves. I text her. And I think I do. Just for people I like, I think. That's who I text. I do. With the people. So, Angela, you in good company because I text you all the time,
Yes,
every
you
day.
do.
Every day. So it's a good thing. But I think today, and I tell you, God and the higher power, whatever it is, literally just changed the whole show, because for whatever reason, our kids, for me, just by me just speaking, how things are laid on your heart. I want our kids to know, because they're going through so much. Like, they're going through so much. They're not in school with their friends. They home trying to get this virtual stuff together. Like, I got help and I still need help. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could just imagine for the families that don't have help. You know what I mean? So I'm sending my prayers out for them. I'm sending like the strength, like, the fist pump, like we got you. Reach out to us. I mean, I may not know the answers if you need help. And I know Dr. Walker and the principals and all of them are rocking out. But if you need some help, we an extension of them. Like, you know what I mean? We might can get you some help or whatever we may need to do. Hit us up. But I feel the parents. And I think today, and I think that's why I touched on it, because Yandy's a parent, you're a parent, Assemblywoman, at least you're a parent. And my next guest that's coming on, she's a parent and one of my good friends. Let me just add her into the loop, because you know what? This is just gonna be we just gonna rock out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing my sister, my friend, my publisher. She's an author, she's my diva. Rock star, known her since I was 14, 15 years old at St. Aloysius High School. Let's bring the diva on, Francine Pruitt. I call her Sham. Bring her on as well. Let's share the screen. Hi, diva. Okay, so she's getting it together and getting on. I think why this is so important, and again, I didn't plan this, y'all, because I talked to Angela about maybe about an hour ago or 2 hours ago, and I was like literally rushing and getting the house. I didn't even have my thoughts together on how I was going to do the layout of the show, because I had no idea. That's why you could tell this is live TV, live talk show, whatever you want to call it. Just because you just don't never know how it's going to be led. And the way I'm feeling right now, I just want everybody to know out there, the ones that are going through whatever it's sadness, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's just that you think you just can't get it together because you're home and you're not getting it together with the virtual learning, it's gonna be okay. It's
Yes.
gonna be okay. Is that Sham there? There she go. Hi, Sham. Sham, are you there? Hi. Well, now she want to try to act all the more professional and stuff. Hi, can I hear you? I can't hear her. Are you on mute? You on mute. You got to unmute yourself. I can't hear her. I still can't hear you, baby. I think you. Okay, so she's having. Are you? Do you have to turn it up? You was working fine before
She
when we
was.
did the test. You was working good. So whatever it is, it's like you got to turn it up because I can't hear you. I can see you. You look good. I can't. I just can't hear you, baby. Okay, so while she's getting that together, is that her now? Say something, Sham. Okay, so all right, so not a problem. Um, that's my diva. She the one that wrote my book, y'all, from federal prison. She published it. I mean, I wrote it, but she published it. She's the author, and my childhood high school friend that I wanted to bring on and share, just in case if some of our kids wanted to become writers and become just to be able to have to start journal, writing their journal about different things they're going through, and she's able to give them, just advice, people that's going through depression, just so many different things that we're able to do. I
Well,
think Paul
especially
is saying,
writing, Diva,
good.
especially with the writing part, right? Since COVID, people want to just pour out their soul. So to have Francine on the line and provide some guidance as to, how you become an author and how do you story tell, it's amazing. So there's another great thing that you're doing, bringing it to kids because there are kids authors who are authors. So it's great that you
No,
have her on
absolutely.
it. Hmm.
Can you hear me now, Sham? Can I hear you?
I can hear you. I can
Okay,
hear
I
you.
can hear you, but it's low. I can hear you, but it's low.
Yeah, my mic is up.
Did, okay. Hi, okay, talk normal now.
Yeah,
Hi.
my mic. Can you hear me?
Mm.
Okay, so I don't know what that sound is. Okay, so this technology is something, ain't it, y'all? Look,
It is.
it's something. You
It
there?
says unmute
Okay,
your mic.
okay, so all right, I don't know what that. It's just really, really. You can hear me?
She
Okay,
muted
so
back out.
she moved it back out. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so it's okay. So we're gonna take her down, Lydia, until we can get that fixed for her. Because I definitely want to be able to hear because she's gonna be powerful. She's gonna be powerful, and if we, because I don't even want to play with it. I want to make sure that we can hear her effectively because she just brings so many things for our youth, and this conversation is so serious that I don't even want to play with that. But you're absolutely right, Assemblywoman, and at least as you know, I think with us being in the schools and being able to have with our contest, we got something really, really huge. Do me a favor, Elise. Do you mind just telling and sharing with our youth on the things that we have done, along with the mayor, with pastor, with the council, with the city, with Assemblywoman, the senator, Sandra Cunningham? As you know, she's been our speaker for the last 11 years. And could you just share, Elise, on the team mentoring the literacy part with the book from federal prison to first lady on how we got the unions involved because we got some big getting ready to happen in the next couple of weeks with director
Yeah.
Moody. So just to share on what we've been doing.
Just going around to the various schools and seeing all the young women, the young ladies that have taken up reading and taken up understanding what they're reading. And, doing the essays and writing it up and, putting pen to paper and telling us, how it made them feel just reading your book and seeing that everyday life things does happen, and it happens to us mostly. Um, and how we overcome and how we come back from adversity. And just seeing all the different supporters that step in and say, hey, it's important what you're doing here, and it's important that you stay on track, and it's important that you make a difference not only in your life, maybe in someone
Completely
else's
agree.
life. And just by them giving out awards to recognize the accomplishments that they're making and the strides they're making while they're in school. Also, just hearing the youth talk about the different things that they face, being young teenagers and girls in this current climate that we're living in. We all look forward to 2020 and said, hey, 2020 was going to be the greatest, best year.
Right,
And this year we got hit with so much. But
right,
guess what? We still survived.
right.
We all learned how to go virtual.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Whereas the kids, the
Yes,
kids usually use the virtual world for their little TikTok videos and their dancing and singing and all other kind of things. But now
right.
we're learning how to communicate with one another, how to educate virtually, um, and just how
Wow.
to overcome everything that I see that they're not by themselves no matter how
That's
old
right.
they are, because they get
That's
to
right.
see that as teens they go through things, and they get to see we as middle-aged adults and some seasoned adults go through
Right.
things, and some of it they can identify with because guess what? They experience the same things. We just get better at how we handle and how we deal with it. And just the fact that we know that we have someone out there like Tamika McReynolds, First Lady, um, that rocks for them. And we
Yeah.
have the Assemblywoman, Angela McKnight,
Right.
that always comes out and always
Always.
reminds me of Lady Sings the Blues. She reminds me of Billie Holiday every time I see her with that pretty flower in her hair, giving us encouraging words and
That's right.
showing us that we're more than just teens. We can be Assemblywoman. We can be a First Lady and write a book. We can be Francine that's publishing
Right.
our writings.
That's right.
And
That's
there's
right.
someone out there that's supporting us and saying us. We can be
That's right.
Director Moody, a female
That's
director,
right.
first female black director
That's
in the
right.
city of Jersey City, that came the path that these children are going through. And just seeing that the principal, Waller, that's up there running Snyder High School and rocking for her
Right.
girls, just to see that we're doing something that's important,
Right.
and that can bring about a change with them. And thanking Yandy and her husband for coming on board, and to see that
Right.
they there's no robbery in what we're doing and what they're doing.
Right.
And we take
Absolutely.
the time out to dedicate and to give to them. It's a beautiful thing. And to see the senator. How many times, you look around and you say, oh, the senator's there in Washington, and then every time we look around, we see Senator Cunningham,
That's
um,
right. That's
which is
right.
a blessing in
That's right.
itself. So it is very important what we're doing, what you're doing, especially. And to just go to our unions. Usually we go to them and say to them, listen, we need your support. And I'm glad they support us also because it shows everyone that, especially in this climate, not all police are bad. We have some police that rock for our children,
That's right.
um,
That's right.
and continually.
That's right.
And we really appreciate everything that you guys are doing and that those guys are doing and what we're giving back to these children in this community.
Well, you know what? I want to just say salute to you and tell you how much I am so forever grateful because I say this all the time. All bad, everybody ain't bad. Whether you a lawyer, doctor, police officers. I mean, we have professions. Everybody, we have some bad apples. But I have to just simply say, and Pastor would say this because one of our sons is a detective and Pastor was a sheriff back in Chicago, and I'm going to ask Pastor to come over here and sit with me because Pastor's going to be making a presentation in a few. But I want to say this to you is that when the police and the unions, because everybody was shocked. I mean, here it is. We have a book that I wrote, and it's based off of them reading my book, They have to write an essay. It's not judged by me. It's judged by Carepoint, Marie Duffy, which is one of the VPs. And I'm talking about, we done been in Lincoln, been in Snyder, been in like we done been all over. And nobody can say that the first lady picked it, because I don't pick none. All I do is collect the checks. And when I talked to Tawanda over years ago, and not only me and her clicked, and when I say that, we were so connected because she was for the same mission. And this was before we started talking about doing what we're doing for our children. I say to you, I am so thankful. I'm so thankful that the unions and all of them, I have to just give a shout out to the Deputy Chief Martinez. When I say came up there to the schools, rocked out for the schools, rocked out for the kids, like Tawanda Moody, and Police Chief Kelly that dances with me up on them stages. Director Shay, shout out Director Shay, always answer my calls when I need them, and it don't all be bad. It just be just praying for you or just sending you out some love. It's so important because some people can make it bad for everybody else. So I'm just proud to say that we have something really, really, really huge that's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. And we're going to be knocking on the doors. And y'all know we're going to be jumping out the cars, you know what I mean? And knocking on the doors and making sure we do the distancing, making sure we have our masks. And we coming to give out some financial blessings. And I'm not doing it without Tawanda Moody. I'm not doing it without her. She knows it. She knows if Director Shay want to come on out there with us, he's welcome. If the police chief, the unions, whoever wants to come out with us, we're going to let you know the date. Once the director clears her schedule, and whatever that date is, everybody is welcome to come and be a blessing. Now, Angela, y'all already know Angela, we jump out of cars. Angela, she been jumping out of cars before COVID and during COVID. And I said, well, Angela, come get the bags and stuff. Rev gonna put them together, but I can't come out there because I gotta take care of Rev. She said, no problem. Her and her husband, Anthony, they will come, they pull up. I'd be like, don't hug me. See you later. Here's the bag. Gotta go. And delivering on behalf of Rev with that, and it's just like a union, a togetherness, a family union. So we are going to be still continuing rocking out, knocking on these doors, letting these kids know we want to give you hope. We want to give you inspiration. We want to continue to inspire and letting you know that we are here for you and we're rocking out for you. So it's saying all that because we got a lot of other good stuff. I want y'all to stay on. I think I have Paul on, and I think I have Reverend Atwater. Just join them in, Lydia, if they're on. Hello, Director Paul and Reverend Atwater. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
I am good. Hi, Paul.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
So first of all, I want to break it up a little bit because I know, Paul, you have to go. And for how much time I got? Because I know you said, how much time I got, Paul? Make sure I know. He's on mute. You got to unmute yourself, Director. I still can't hear him. Okay, so
you have as much time as you need, but about 26 minutes would be just about right.
Well, guess what? I'm going to use all those 26 minutes. Okay. Director Paul, do me a favor. Go ahead and, I want you to just share this platform because you got some awesome things that is taking place in our department, HHS, hashtag Healthier JC. We are doing some phenomenal things. I'm just going to give you the platform so you'll be able to share because I do know you have to go. Go ahead, take it away.
Well, I came especially. Have you showed your yoga video yet?
No, I didn't show it. But wait a minute. Stand by, Lydia. Are we ready for the yoga video?
We're gonna slowly bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then we're gonna roll them back. And you feel that? You feel the difference between the strength and the stretch. So you're stretching and strengthening at the same time. We're gonna slowly bend the knees, bring the hands above the head as we lift up in a sun salutation, hands overhead in prayer, lifting to watch. Now we're gonna move the hands slightly forward and we're gonna push ourselves into a plank. Right, so center.
y'all. I was doing yoga with Director Flanagan. Had no idea, no clue. I didn't know my body could even do these moves or none of that. I was just like, unbelievable. Director Flanagan, she's going to be joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm going to have to show it again. But let me tell you something. When I tell you she's a beast, she's a beast. My first time ever doing yoga, and that's my first time I'm seeing it on screen. Angela, guess what? My legs was hurting me so bad, baby girl. Look, I know I got to continue to take it. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, I took a yoga class with Stacy as well, and she's very, very flexible. I said I can't do that, but she can. So I know the feeling. I'm like, ooh.
She was putting her legs up, her hands up. I said, what's going on? Go ahead, Paul.
Well, so first of all, aside from your legs hurting and needing to do a little more stretching, how'd you like it?
When I tell you it was the best thing that I could have done to relax my body. I didn't even know my body needed any relaxing. How about that? I didn't even know that my body can like move. Like I was just so impressed and enthralled by her. Like if you never, and let me just say this. I didn't even know that I can do yoga. Like, I mean, I'm not like, hey guys, let's go do yoga. But she has made me change my whole mindset. And that's what this is all about, of doing something new to be able to help your body. So I'm all in. I loved it.
Good. And this is one of the lovely things about yoga. It can be exercise. It can also be spiritual nourishment. I am not the most limber of folks myself, but every time I do yoga, it gives me the chance to remember that, wait a second, all that stuff which is going on in my life, I don't have to pay no mind to that, at this moment. All I have to do is breathe. All I have to do is move. All I have to do is know that I am here in a wonderful place and I am in touch with my body. And it is restorative no matter how you do it. There are a lot of different styles, ranging from the balancing on one foot and standing on your head and stretching everything, to more restorative yoga, which is a lot simpler in terms of you hold simple, restful positions for a period of time. I especially wanted to tell you about and invite folks on the program today to a program that we're doing every week now. Friday afternoons, 3:30 at the Collier Center on Bergen Avenue. Woo, woo, woo! Go Collier!
Go Collier!
It is one of the restorative yoga programs, so it's more meditative. There's less. I won't say there's less activity, but it is oriented specifically towards reawakening your connection with your body, your breath, and letting the cares and stress just go away. You give them up to God, you give them up to the sky, you just turn them over, and it's absolutely wonderful. That's an in-person program. We're also going to be doing one weekly program online. In fact, Tamika, if you're up for it, we might even do a little bit in next week's program to have our instructor come and guide each of us through a few minutes to de-stress as part of your weekly program.
But don't be putting me on the spot, Paul. You're going to be on it too. Yeah, all of us going to do it.
I will be there. If you can stretch your limbs, I can stretch mine. Hallelujah.
Yes. Absolutely. And Paul, I have a question for you. So when you say online, when the online classes are going to start? I know we started last week, Friday, at the Maureen Collier Center, and that's 335 Bergen Avenue for all those that need the address. And the time, Paul, the time that we do yoga on Fridays.
The time for Friday, the in-person yoga is 3:30. Last week we did it out under the beautiful blue sky. Weather permitting, we'll do it again this week until it gets, unless we have weather issues, in which case we'll move inside
Yes.
in a COVID safe way.
Yes.
Uh, the online program will be on Wednesdays. We're finalizing the time. And I will make sure that you and all of your folks get to know about it as soon as that's ready to go. All of this is part of our mission to help build a healthier Jersey City, because we know that especially when people have been through stress, whether that's through a traumatic event or just the ordinary stuff which comes with life, we need to do something with that other than carry it around with us all day, every day.
That's right.
So the yoga is one of the ways in which we can take that stress and just let it go, so that we are our best selves to move on. The restorative yoga in particular, our teacher there, just like Director Flanagan, has studied to use yoga as a recovery therapy for traumatic experiences. So this is part of our mission to help people heal, whether that's from something especially big or just, the stuff we go through every day. We all need to be at our best, because not only is that great for us, that's the way we are best equipped to help those around us.
Absolutely. 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 I just want to add, and I want Reverend Atwater to come behind me. I just need to add this though. At first of all, I was nervous. My boss was like, I'll come in a couple of minutes beforehand, because I know what I was doing. I was scared to death. I was like, she ain't putting me out there with the best leader and the teacher out there and have me looking crazy. Rev was cracking up laughing. I'm like, this is the first time I'm ever doing it. I'm feeling like, oh yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready. When I tell you, but one thing I loved about what Director Flanagan did, she calmed me down. Like literally, and it wasn't a long session. She just really just brought it in, made me focus. And then I learned even how to do, I forget, I don't want to call the wrong name. When she get on, I'll get the correct name. But I was able to get in this stance, and I was so impressed with myself. And I was like, you know what? You never know how something is going to be impactful to you. And I'm talking about to me. I'm always, running around making sure everybody else is good. That was something for me. And Paul, I don't know who thought of it. I don't know who idea was it, but I'm so forever grateful that we're bringing it into the community. We're bringing it. It ain't just for one set type of people. It's for all people. Because I was saying, like, do Black people take yoga? So they're like, everybody take yoga. So it's for everybody.
Stacy was saying last week that babies are natural yogis. Yeah, you look at a young child, their legs go everywhere. They sit on the couch. We are born knowing how to move, and then along the way we get distracted. So this is a way to help recover our best selves.
Absolutely. Reverend Atwater, you want to chime in on that?
Well, I've never done yoga.
Oh, you're going to do it next week, though, baby. Don't worry about it. You're going to do it next week with us, honey. Don't worry about it.
For everything. Now, I don't know. You and McKnight made me like, McKnight was like, I can't do that. But you know what? Nothing beat a failure but a try.
That's right.
So I'm going to try it. You said Friday, Paul, at 3:30 at the Collier Center.
At Collier on Bergen Avenue between.
What do I need to bring with me?
Oh, this is the beautiful thing. For a limited time only, you don't have to bring anything other than yourself and your spirit. We are giving every first-time participant a yoga mat and a couple of blocks. That's for two reasons. One, we want you to have it, and also it's a way of making sure that in these COVID days, even though you can sanitize equipment, we just want you to have it. So that way everybody manages their own stuff. We want to be as safe as possible.
That's right.
while we are de-stressing.
Okay. I can't wait. You said this Friday, right? We're going to be
doing this Friday.
We're going to be doing the yoga.
All right.
Now, I'm not going to be there, Reverend Atwater, so don't be looking for me this Friday.
Okay.
I will not be there this Friday, but
Okay.
we will be doing it on the show next week. So you better come ready to
I'ma come
stretch
ready.
and do and breathe and all that other. But Reverend Atwater, last week you had joined us for the very first time, and you were so amazing. My sister is having technical difficulty. I have my dear friend that's the publisher of my book, Francine Pruitt. I understand she's still having difficulty, but if we can't get her on today, I'll make a whole special show for her for next week if we're not able to get her on where we can hear her clearly, because she has an awesome story to tell, and I want to be able to share to make sure that she's able to be heard. But Reverend Atwater, you know how we feel about you. You're going to be one of our guests every week if your time is provided for you to be able to join us. You were amazing last week to be able to share with our kids. You was a blessing to one of our students that we're working with and providing. And on behalf of Pastor, on behalf of the Honorable Mayor, Stephen and Fulop, and Director Stacey Flanagan, and of course, Paul, I simply want to say thank you to you and tell you how much, we appreciate you. But I wanted you just to be able to share about your experience last week, because we talked about it. Like, how did you feel? And we grown-ups, how did you feel about being on the show? And how do you think this is going to benefit our kids?
I had the time of my life last week. I was so excited that I had a hard time getting on today. I've been trying to get on for a long time, and I was having I said, I can't get on. What is the problem? I was so excited about just being a part of it and the young people, because see, I do love young people. I love working with them. I love doing stuff for them. I love encouraging them. That is what my love is. But I'm telling you, last week was so phenomenal. Last week, to listen to the young man spit out a couple of notes, and he put the notes there, and as soon as he put the notes there, the Lord spoke to me and told me what to do for him. And I did it immediately, because I believe that when God tells you to do something, move. I believe that Teen Magazine is going to be worldwide eventually. God is going to move, that this thing is going to go worldwide. It looks like, the Bible says little becomes much placed in the master's hand. And I know that this little thing that some folks think is just little Angela, it's going to blow up so big, it's going to be unbelievable. And then Tamika will be traveling. Some of us will be traveling to help them, support them, to get them where God wants them to go. Because as a teen, you know what you did when you was a teen. Come on, we all did some stuff. We did some serious stuff, just like I said last week. I was 16 and pregnant. Turned 17 on Tuesday, had my baby on Thursday. But look what God has done. He changes the situation all around. He fixes it up. He takes the problem child, who some folks would say would be a problem child, and make them the child that he has designed them to be. So last week was so awesome. I thank God for Tamika. I thank God for Tamika so much. Nobody don't even understand where I'm coming from. But I'm telling you, this has been a blessing to me, that I can encourage even the more children, even the young people that's in my church. I told last week how I have youth ministers that are in their 20s. And so I thank God for those young people, that they listen. I thank God for Paul letting me be the first person he called to become a chaplain for the city of Jersey City. And through that, ended up that I brought in 7 more people or more, I'm not even sure anymore, to be chaplains along with us. So I'm telling you, that Angela McKnight, I can't even say nothing about her. I see her, I don't see her. She all over the world. We was in the car today. We was talking about her today in the car. She here. Every time we look around, Angela's over there. Angela's over here. It's just amazing where Angela can be. I see her husband, and he's in the store. And when I see her husband in the store, he's going, she's in the back right there. She's incredible.
Yes, she is.
I miss you too. Hubby told me.
Angela is something else. And listen, Director Stacey, oh my God. When I see Director Stacy, we always laughing and talking. She would go down to the salon, and my daughter would do her hair. A shout out to Diamonds and Pearls.
Shout out.
That Flanagan listen, honey, don't let Flanagan put that hair up, honey. She becomes another person. I've seen her in the salon. So I thank God for this platform. This platform is awesome. Kids from all over the world are going to fall in love, and they want to know how to be a part of it. Sister Elise, I don't know who you are.
Elise, she works with Tawanda Moody. That's our diva. That's Elise. She works with Tawanda Moody. Say hi, girl.
Hello. I don't want to leave you out. Tawanda, listen, Tawanda comes to my church. Tawanda can preach. I don't know if y'all know.
No, we do.
Tawanda is a preacher machine. She came to Greater Destiny, which is the church where I pastor, and that girl preached her face off, okay? So, and I will never forget. Tawanda Moody, I appreciate her so much too, because she gave her testimony. Her testimony is off the chain.
Well, let me tell you this, Reverend Atwater, because it's so crazy. That's why we have Elisa on. We're going to be doing something huge in the next couple of weeks because, well, first of all, Director Tawanda Moody rocks out for the kids. She's a part of the teen mentoring literacy program with the book. She's with Pastor, with the city, with the kids. She's been rocking with us. She is a beast. But hold it right there because now I'm about to put on a surprise. Stay right there. We got a young man. Remember, I about to say about a couple of weeks ago, he read his essay about COVID. And not only he read, he was amazing. So what I did was I had Officer Smith go get him because he's his son. He didn't know that he was going to be on live with us today. So I'm going to let him sit in my seat. And then Pastor McReynolds is going to do something huge today with this young man. So before I have him read it, let me just do this. Lydia, do we have the clip of him last week while I get him prepared? Because I want to make sure I put my mask on and get him sat down in my chair and all that good stuff. Do we have Jaden Smith that's read a couple of weeks ago, his essay?
Hi.
Hi, Jaden.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
You look good. You looking all professional. Look
Thank
at
you.
you.
I love the backdrop.
I
Nice
love
to
it.
meet.
Wait a
Nice
minute.
to
Tell
see
me
you
about your
again.
background over there. You looking good. Is that your business chair? What's up?
Yeah.
It is. How you doing, Jaden?
I'm doing good.
You doing good? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I'm fine right now.
Okay, but how old are you?
I'm 10 right now.
You 10? Oh, you 10 right now. When are you gonna be 11?
March 2nd, next year, March 2nd.
March 2nd. What school?
So we're Pisces because my birthday is March 10th. So we're in the house.
Oh.
Pisces.
Wait a minute, Jaden, because she's March 10th. I'm March 25th. So I'm still in the month. I'm March 25th, Jaden. I want you to know you got all these marches around you. All these marches. How you feeling right now? Why do you think that you're on today? Why do you think you're on?
Well, it's probably because I wrote how COVID-19 affected me, and I really put work into this because I wanted to do good. And I tried to do 500 words like you asked, and I put a lot of work into this. It took like 2 hours.
Can I
Well,
say
wait a
something?
minute. Stay right there. Assembly woman. Let's stop with Jaden.
Yes. Well, first of all, let me just say, Jalen put it out there. He said he put work into this, and he said he has to do 500 words. Like he's putting it up in the front. Like, listen, I put all of my hard work into this, so I am on here, and I'm going to do what I have to do. So kudos to you. And also kudos for you saying, I put work in this. He kept saying, I put work in this.
So wait a minute, Jaden, you put the work into it, and did you work hard?
Yeah, I did.
You did work hard. So when you
Yeah.
got the assignment from me, did you think this was a hard assignment?
No, not really. When you said I had to write about COVID, I was like, I could do this. I was confident. I knew I could do it.
Oh my God. Well, I'm so proud of you right now. You have no idea. You are really showing up and you are really amazing, all the viewers and the people that are watching. And I'm just so proud of you. Do you mind reading your essay for us now?
On how COVID-19 affected me. First, it affected me by having to do online classes, and we had to go on Zoom, and the teachers would tell us the assignments on Zoom with Google Classroom. My mom was there to check my work. It was also affecting me by getting better grades because my mom was there to help me and make sure my work was right. I was able to be at home and not have to go to my friend's home and work at in schoolwork and be finished at any time as long as I turned it in. It was hard to figure out what assignments were done because there were a lot. This is another way COVID-19 affected me. I had to wear a mask whenever I was near people in public, and whenever we had someone come over to our house, we had to wear our mask. And now, when we go back to school, we have to wear a mask. If we don't, it's mandatory. For example, if we were going to the store and we would have to wear a mask, if we did not wear a mask, we could not go into the store. The masks are very uncomfortable to wear, which is why I like to get the soft ones and the breathable ones. In addition to that, I had to talk to my friends online by going on Discord and calling them and said how we would usually do it. We would usually hang out, but now because of COVID-19, we have to play games virtually. Another way COVID-19 affected me was that we had to eat at restaurants like McDonald's, Wendy's, Pizzerias, and when we would eat outside, we have to eat away from people, or we could take it back home.
Wow.
Another reason is it affected me by it would scare me, and I was really worried because I didn't know if people were going to lose their jobs, like my mom and dad, and I had to make sure everybody was okay, because usually I would go on my computer, I talk to my friends, but I had to step up and be the big brother, help out my mom and dad. On the news, it always talked about how COVID-19 and how so many people died and lost their jobs, which made me sad.
Right.
Last, I could not talk to my friends all day. I had to help out and make sure things were under control. It made me stuck in the house, which means I was able to spend time with my family and get a monthly allowance and having to do stuff around the house. Positive thing about being home was I was able to spend time away with my family and draw more anime and to make sure I was doing the right thing with my mom and dad. And actually learn more new stuff.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
So wait a minute, y'all. Let me tell y'all.
Amazing.
Guess what, y'all? I have Jaden live in the studio. I'm going to make sure I'm 6 feet there. I want to make sure I'm in order. Got my mask on. I got him live. He was brought up to me. I wanted him to read it live because we about to bless him. So give it up. That's why you never know how you're gonna be blessed. Jaden, read your essay. But first of all, Jaden, how do you feel right now? Sitting in my chair because you just told me you feel real good.
Yeah.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Oh, you do, huh? Oh, okay. So do me a favor, while you're sitting in my chair, I want you to read your essay live because you don't know how this is going to touch people. Go ahead, Jaden.
I will be listing the reasons on how COVID-19 affected me. First, it affected me by having to do online classes and we had to go on Zoom. And the teachers would tell us our assignments on Zoom and Google Classroom. My mom had to help me and check my work, and it also affected me by getting better grades because my mom was there to help me and make sure my work was right. I was able to be at home and not go to my friend's house, but I had to do my schoolwork on time as long as it was turned in. It was hard to figure out what the assignments were done because there were a lot. Another way COVID-19 affected me was I had to wear a mask whenever I was near people in public. Also, when we had someone coming over, we would have to wear our mask, and now in school we have to wear them. For example, if we were going to the store, we have to wear our mask. It was mandatory. If we did not, we couldn't go into the store. Last, the masks were kind of uncomfortable, which is why I like to get the soft ones that are breathable. And in addition to that, I had to talk to my friends online. And now, instead of going to their house or meeting up, I'd have to call them. And now we would have to play games. And it's not hard to contact each other because we already knew each other's usernames and stuff. So now we can't physically do stuff and we have to play games. Another way it affected me is that when we would eat at restaurants like McDonald's or Wendy's or like go out, we would have to eat outside or away from people, or we would take it back home. Another way COVID affected me was it made me worried, and I kept thinking about if someone in my family was in my was gonna have it, and it was just like getting me worried. And on the news, they started talking about it, and I got a little worried, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. I had to help out and make sure things were under control. It also made me stuck in the house, which means I was able to spend time with my family and get a monthly allowance and having to do stuff around the house. A positive thing about staying at home is I was able to spend time with my family and draw more and spend more time on my drawings and more time to do more stuff and actually learn new things.
So give a round of applause for Jaden. So let me tell y'all this. Jaden is being presented with $500. Look at that. Well, we're gonna show the check. Wait a minute. Let me just. You know what, Jaden? You stand up. Stand up. Let me move the chair. You can tell this is live TV, y'all. Guess what? We doing it right. So hold this for me, Jaden, so it can be locked up. You're gonna get in the middle right here. Hold the check. Because now that's the okay, so there, and then you can show the money. So then now Pastor is gonna we're gonna count it. Pastor, go ahead, put it over there on the computer, right over there. That's 100. Put it right on the computer. 100. There you go. 100. Then put that down. That's gonna be another 100. 200. 300. 300. 400. And 500. 500. So wait a minute. We're gonna have Jaden sit back in his chair because we're gonna get Rev because I don't want to be sitting in your chair. Sit in your chair, and then we're gonna have Rev count out so everybody can see because I know the big check was in the way. So there we go. So hold on, Pastor. Pastor, get ready to snatch it out of my hand. Open your hand, Jaden. There go 100. Look at Jaden. Okay, give it to 100.
100.
200.
200.
That's the daddy.
300.
300.
400.
400.
500.
And that's the
500.
Tell every guy. Tell us what you're thinking, Jaden. How you feel?
I'm excited because I can't wait to spend this.
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna have you. First of all, Jaden, you deserve it. We're proud of you. You didn't have to take the time out. We know COVID is hard for you, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm proud of you most. You took the time out to do the assignment and you did it well. So guess what? Pastor John H. McReynolds is blessing with you with this $500 that's coming from Pastor John H. McReynolds, and we are proud to say we are proud of you and you rock. Give yourself a round of applause, Jaden.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And Jaden, you have to have your dad to come to pick up your book bag, your red book bag that I promised you. It's sitting in my office. So you got that too, because that's what I said the last time. So it's yours. So I'll connect with your dad, okay?
Okay.
Elise, did you want to say anything to him?
Jaden, congratulations.
Yes.
And you know what? Job well done. Because you're making the best of a bad situation. I'm so happy for you, and keep up the good work.
Is that my sister on there, Sham? Are you able to talk now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Finally. Congratulations, young man. That was excellent. I enjoyed it very much. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Water?
Can I get a loan?
Congratulations, Jaden. Keep up the awesome work that you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, you can get out of my seat now, Jaden. Look, Jaden was acting like he want to stay in my seat. Over there. Take your check. Go over there with Pastor. Yeah, no, go over there. Brad, go take a picture. I want you to Anthony, take pictures with Brad with your phone on there. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Take picture. Is that amazing or is
Yes.
that amazing?
Amazing.
Awesome.
That's what happens on
awesome.
live. That's what happens on
Listen,
live.
listen. Oh my God. You
Amazing.
know what? That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Changing lives and changing the vision, changing the direction when kids don't even know when we are coming, that don't have no clue by just writing something. And like, that's why it's so important
Oh, wow.
on what we do for our kids. And let me say this. Let me just say this. I didn't force Jaden to write. I tell you what I do. I give the assignment. And if the assignment is not into me, we shut it down. You have to make sure you do what is asked upon of you so you can rock out. And when I tell you, did he read that essay or did he read that
Yes.
essay? He read that essay like nobody's business. Like nobody's business. Sit down, bro, on that chair. Get on that chair right there. I got Pastor. I want to make sure Pastor don't fall, you. I got to make sure I'm taken care of.
Right.
So I just want to say to everybody that's out there, when you get something that's for you, we have to make sure that you follow through. You have to follow through because you never know when the blessing is going to come. I just met with PSC&G today. I had Angela on. Like, let me tell y'all something. I go after these checks for these kids. I go after it for these babies. I don't play no games when it comes to these kids. And I want to just say, Jaden, I'm so proud of you. And he grinning over there. Y'all got to see him. He is grinning. He is happy right now. Grinning and happy. Look. So I finally got Sham on. Sham, can we hear you? Sham? Why is her mic?
The whole. Okay, there you go. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes.
Because it's on my end, it's all static. I'm getting through it, but all I hear is static. And now it's gone.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I've been watching, but I couldn't really say anything because I don't know. It's just a bad connection. But hello. Oh my goodness. Now, Angela, I don't know if we've ever actually met, but I know you through Tamika.
Same here. She's always talking about you.
And young lady, I know that face from probably growing up in Jersey City, but I know her face.
Yes, friend. We have crossed paths. Yes.
Yes. You look very familiar to me. I'm like, I know her. But I'm a product of Jersey City school system. So I've been enjoying the show. I love the meditation and yoga because I'm always on me about yoga. Yoga helped save my life, okay? So I am a big advocate of yoga as far as chronic pain. Anybody living with chronic pain, you need to do yoga. You got bad knees, you need to do yoga.
Wait a minute,
honestly.
Sham, you talking about yoga. The director just started with us. Wait, stay right there. The director is getting ready to join us. Director Flanagan. Hi, Director. Wait a minute. Sham was just talking about, hi, Smarty. Listen, director, Sham was getting ready. She's not only my dear friend, my sister, she's my publisher. She's a publisher of her own book. She's an author. And she just was talking about yoga. And wait a minute, she just said something, director. So before I even have you say something, let me just get her for a second. She just said, I be getting on Mika about meditation and yoga. When you got on Mika about meditation and yoga? Sham? She can't hear me? Okay, so she froze.
I'm saying she probably brought it up in different words. Not everything.
You know what, director? You always wanting to save somebody. Oh, okay, because I was about to get her. Because I want to know when she brought meditation and yoga up to me. But
maybe it was in the words like relax.
Oh, say that. But wait a minute, director. We got to show the video. Lydia, I know listen, you can tell this is live and this is what we do. Show the video again, please. This is the yoga that my director was showing me a little bit of what she knows. Lydia, if you don't mind.
We're going to slowly bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then we're going to roll them back. Maybe feel that? You feel the difference between the strength and the stretch. So you're stretching and strengthening at the same time. We're going to slowly bend the knees, bring the hands above the head as we lift up in a sun salutation, hands overhead in prayer, lifting to watch. Now we're going to move the hands slightly forward and we're going to push ourselves into a plank.
Director, I told Angela and all of them, I said my body was hurting. I didn't want to tell you because, listen, I was like a little of a punk because I was hurting afterwards. So I was acting like I was stretching and doing. I said to direct the leg and go up past her head, her arms, all this. I said I can't do none of that.
I think I've spent many of my years in and like your friend, yoga saved my life. I don't know if you know this, Tamika, but I had a stroke 8.5 years ago.
I didn't know that.
And it was chiropractic manipulation that dissected my vertebral artery. And so for months following, it was very hard for me to breathe. I had a really hard time walking. I, had to sit out of work for some time. And yoga was what, people have, their issues with me, but it's most of the time it's because my thought process and my brain trauma injury impacts the way my mind works in certain ways. And yoga is something that helps me stay grounded. So.
Wow. Oh my God, Director! No, I didn't. I didn't know that, and
it's what led me to public health. I figured I have all this access and resources, and I was having difficulty managing my own health with like my entire family that lived, within, miles from my home. Plus, I had a job and I could take disability. And what if all the people that I was serving in my last job, I worked in a WIC program in New York City, and those people that were undocumented, that didn't speak English, that didn't have health insurance, that didn't have family near them. And I had all this access, but still was having a difficult time. And that's why, I think we talk a lot about equality and equity and access to healthcare and why it's so important for us because especially now during COVID, the number of people that have lost, one, their jobs, two, their health benefits, and how we're assisting them. And that's why not having done yoga for a few months because I was so busy and in this framework to help others, people were starting to say to me, you better help yourself or it's too late. And so that's actually why we brought some yoga, and hopefully some of you can join us. We're doing yoga free on Fridays as a part of our community healing work at the Collier Center outside from 3:30 to 5. And all are welcome. Anyone that comes gets a mat from the city because part of doing some of this work is, we're not going to share any of our props. So if you come for yoga, don't worry if you don't have a mat. We'll give you one and you can bring it back and continue to join us. But we do believe that finding alternative ways to help people heal is really important. So, mostly because your friend mentioned it's saving my life too.
Well, I didn't know about it saving my life, but I'm gonna tell you what it is doing, Director. It helped me balance. No, you know what it did for me? And I was telling him this earlier, and Paul was on earlier too, boss. And he covered about not only we doing it on Fridays, we're going to be doing it online. And he also wants next week where we could do like a breathing session. I told him it relaxed me. It brought me back to center me, back to just the moment for Tamika. Like you worry about so many other different things and running around like crazy. it helped me concentrate on me for a minute. And I think that, first of all, I didn't even know I could do some of them things. Like, you had me up in the air, my butt was up in the air. I didn't know what I was doing. My legs was this. I was like, what am I doing? But I realized that I needed it, not knowing I needed it. I realized that I didn't think yoga was for me. Like, I'm thinking, like, what is yoga? Like, you changed my mindset. And that's why I was telling them earlier because we showed it earlier. And then Paul got on, and I was so grateful that you introduced it. So now I'm introducing it to the kids because so many kids got so much stuff bottled up in them that this could be a way that everything don't work for everybody. Guess what? You could try it. And that's what I had to do. So now that I liked it, I don't know if you're going to have to be my personal teacher now. I don't know. I have to be, because I'm spoiled, right? I couldn't do it last week with Lisa because the ground was unlevel. And I was just so happy that I had the opportunity to do it with you. So I know I did it. So, but no, I say kudos to you.
Our assemblywoman took a class with me.
I did, and she had me do more moves, and I'm like, "Ooh, Stacey, you that flexible?" But it was a great exercise, and I really thank Stacey. It like opened you up because she's so flexible. I keep saying that this woman is so flexible. Like,
listen,
what?
This
I'm like, I can't do that.
was over her head. It was over her head.
But you're right. It gives you time to think about yourself and not everything that's going on in your life. It's you grounded because I was so concentrated on doing what she was doing. Like, I'm gonna do this move. It was great. So Stacey, kudos. Well, and I brought my daughter with me too. My daughter was with me too when we did the yoga with Stacey.
Well, I'm gonna tell you no lie. Anybody talk about she can't do no yoga or whatever, they are liar. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, firsthand. And I thought I was like in shape. Negative. I had to start back walking just so I can get flexible, so I can rock with her.
Yeah, she can really stretch. I'm like, okay.
This is years and years of practice. Everybody gets to where their body's willing to take them, right? And sometimes it's not good to be too flexible.
Okay, you gonna say that, Director?
No.
You saying that now because you can put this leg over your head. You're saying that, but the rest of us, we're gonna try to get there.
And her arm all the way in the back.
All the way in the back, over here. And then wait a minute. Guys, she said, I'm so glad I'm having so much fun because I was a little mad earlier. But let me tell you what she also said. She said, center yourself. And then I'm like easing up like this, like that you sent me in the video. I said, Lord, please don't make me fall on camera because if I fall, we're not showing the footage. And then I had Rev looking at me like, what in the world are you doing? You can't do what she do. I said, but I'm going to try.
That's right.
But no, Director, you are a beast. You always introducing opportunities for all of us, not only our kids, but you introduced something for me. Now I'm an advocate for yoga. Like everybody gonna take yoga, and everybody gonna take it. Yes. On Fridays, I'm gonna have that place. I don't want to go out of. I want to make sure I'm in order with social distancing. But if I'm gonna take it, all my friends gonna take it. We're gonna be in the building taking yoga. Is right. But Director, how do you think? And just so you know, how do you think with yoga for our kids? Because sometimes people don't know what yoga really does. But so like you telling us, and I'm grown, and I didn't know. But like, how do you?
I will say, and this is something we had worked on a project a few years ago called Body, Mind, Spirit with St. Peter's University and Snyder High School. And we brought yoga and meditation into some schools. So any group that wanted it, we had a mini grant. We students from St. Peter's would go and teach yoga, and we got really great feedback. And we've been studying sort of what yoga does in the schools because it really does settle the mind. And a lot of parents, when they are struggling with whatever's going on in the school versus what's going on at home, finding a balance, that's like an activity that they can do together. Right. And so that's, I do believe recreation's putting together some yoga classes in the parks. We've got some free yoga in some of the parks paid for by Healthier JC. And we also, we've done some volunteer work with some of our local nonprofits, and some of the students are already learning yoga in some of the schools across Jersey City. And one of them taught me, you know, I think you remember when I was telling you how to breathe in
Yes.
and then breathe out through the mouth. So one of
I
the
wasn't
kids was
doing
like,
it. I was.
oh, smell the roses, blow out the candles, right? And
Okay.
then another student told me you breathe in blue, so like a nice, warm, thoughtful color, and you exhale all the red that you're feeling. And so I think with each classroom, each student, and each teacher, I mean, a lot of teachers have a lot of work in front of them right now with getting kids, you know, online and thinking through that. And this is where breathing exercises might help quiet the room or have one sense of shared experience. And so those are things that, you know, I think could be really helpful. There are some schools that have applied for yoga scholarships where they get yoga instructors coming to the schools through a yoga foundation that's across the tri-state to share yoga with students, and anything we can do to support that, we want to do that, because health takes on many different forms, right? So we're learning that right now as well. Many people think health, go to the doctor. Well, there's much more to that. We're seeing with COVID, prevention strategies with COVID is healthy eating and exercise and breathing. And it's that simple. And that's why we have the mantra of a healthier Jersey City. We're not saying we need to be the most healthiest. We're saying little steps every day to create a healthier you, a healthier me, and a healthier JC.
Well, let me tell you, Director, you just said something, and you know what, you're so smart too. Let me just say that. But you talk about, wait, Angela, Reverend Atwood, and Elise, right? She just said, you know, you breathe in and you breathe out. I was struggling. I was like, please don't let me collapse. Because I know she was looking at me. She said, no, you got to breathe into me. I was like, I'm trying, Director.
No, it's because you don't think to breathe, because what we do when we get frustrated is we hold our breath.
Right.
And that
That's what I
makes
was doing.
kids more frustrated. Right. And instead, we have to be reminded to breathe. Look, people remind me to breathe every day. And I know there are staff that come to my office and they're like, can you breathe first?
Yeah, it like brings it kind of like centers you. I was just reading something about taking the opportunity to intentionally breathe, because it does something to the brain, and it centers you. So sometimes we don't, you're right, because we're breathing right now, but we're not concentrating on it. But we should take a moment to just breathe and hear it and feel it, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Again, I'm not a therapist or a doctor, but this is the stuff that I'm educating myself on.
And you know what, Tamika, I don't know if you've seen, you know, we've got some we offer free yoga classes on Zoom with our seniors, because our senior centers are closed right now. And some of them are very simplistic chair yoga. I think Carol Lester does some chair yoga for us. It seems, they're not really stretching, but they're stretching their chest, they're stretching their shoulders. There's a lot of these things that we don't realize until the next day. Like, obviously,
it was me. I didn't tell you, but it was me. I'm still feeling it. I said, "Oh, I got to get up walking." You should have seen me. I was for the last couple of days. I said, "Oh no, I'm gonna be ready for the director. I'm gonna get ready. I got to get ready for." But saying all of that, no, Angela in the background, Director. Now she an expert talking about breathe in. It centers you. Breathe in.
Listen, September is self-improvement month. If you didn't know, it's self-improvement month. So I've been taking and utilizing this month to improve myself. And you probably know I walk 4 days out of a week. I've been consistently doing that since July, and I'm doing other things that's just for me. right? Because like Stacy said, every little bit helps make the world a better place, but you have to start with me. So I'm just sharing what I've been learning.
Director, you see what I'm doing? You see what I'm dealing with? You see, that's why I'm gonna be walking my behind around here and doing what I got to do to get ready for me.
Well, Tamika, you should go on to the Assemblywoman show. She's got a live walking broadcast. You invite her with you. You should show up to walk with her.
Director, what are you doing? Okay, Director,
I like that, Stacy. I'm gonna go and get her.
I told Paul he needed to walk with Angela as well.
Angela, thanks, Director. Thanks, Director. Thanks, Director. Look,
we practice what we preach. Right?
Oh, now you want to do that live on Open Conversations? Wait, now Angela. Now I got to get at the director. Now she want to do that on Open Live.
Hey, she's the health and human health.
You know what, Angela? Tell me what day, and I'm walking with you. I started my little thing, but since the director gonna put me on the spot, listen, I'm gonna rock out.
Tamika calls me at 6:00 in the morning. I'm barely awake, but you know what? You call, I answer. So,
so she's up, right?
You told me you already went walking, and I know Angela walks later than that.
Okay, all right, okay, director, got it. Look. So wait a minute, director. We have backstage because we're gonna leave everybody on because I want Reverend Atwood, I want Elise on from Jersey City PD. We got our Assemblywoman, we got our director on. So now we about to bring in. We have one of our celebrity students that's been on with us, and we've been navigating him because he's been our winner, along with our other co-host, Jamila T. Davis. Get him bring on, leave everybody on the screen so we can rock out with him. What's up, buddy? Hi, Jamila.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
So Jamila,
Hello.
Jamila, I have Director Flanagan. I know you've been watching backstage. So guess what? If I'm going to be walking, Jamila, I'm going to be pulling you over. You're going to be doing yoga too and all this other stuff. So you get ready too.
What a story though. And it just talks about purpose, how like we go through life things and situations and circumstances that lead us on to the route that God created us to be in. So that Director Flanagan, amazing story, amazing testimony of how basically God used your dilemmas to kind of channel you into being a great person that's helping so many others with the resources that you're offering the city. So that's amazing.
Wait a minute. Did you see me breathing and like almost passing out on the video? Did you see me doing the
out? But I saw you actually being opened up, right? To something. This was dope to see you be open-minded. And a lot of times we resist what doesn't seem familiar to us or traditional to us. And it's just that you trusted her to take you to another plateau. So I just see you opening up to so many different levels of things, and it just goes along with your life right now. So that's good stuff.
Well, let me tell you something. She wasn't my boss, and I love her. And guess what? And I like her. Because guess what? If I didn't like her and if she wasn't my boss, I wouldn't have been out there doing my leg and my arm and all this other stuff. But Jamila, Foday, are you laughing at me, Foday? I see you laughing. Foday, I know you're not laughing. Are you laughing over there? Hi, Foday. Say hi to Foday. He's our student from Dickinson.
Hello.
No. First of all, I just wanted to let you guys know that Foday is doing an amazing job. So my part of the segment is to work with him. We're personally mentoring him each week. And then each week we're talking about the progress that he's making with his business, right? So a part of the contest that we're doing is we're funding the businesses of teens who are home in Jersey City right now during COVID, and they want to make another stream of income or more money. So for Day's project is coming to fruition. So I'm going to have him tell you a little bit about what he was able to accomplish this week through the sponsorship of Teen Magazine. So let's talk about it today. What did you do this week to be able to accomplish? We can't hear you.
You got to unmute yourself.
Okay, so I just purchased the playlist pushing the like today.
Can you hear us? because you're breaking up a little bit. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you good. Okay, so tell them what playlist pushing is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're having a little bit of a bad connection. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So tell them a little bit, for those that don't know, what your business is, and then tell them what playlist pushing is so that they can understand exactly your purpose for this week.
Yeah.
Okay, you went back on mute.
So Fode.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I want to hear. I want to hear yes. I don't want to hear yay, a yeah, or nothing
Yes.
else. I want to hear yes. There we go. That's what I want to hear. So, can you hear me now?
So talk so we can hear you. We're trying to see if can you tell us your business and what.
Okay, so playlist pushing is basically they're taking my music. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. So this is what we're going to do, Jamila, because I know he's having technical difficulty. What I want you to do, Jamila, is explain, and then we'll get him back on the line.
Okay, but they come out and then go back in because your Wi-Fi connection.
Yes, ma'am.
While you're out, I'm going to talk a little bit about.
Okay, go back out and come back in. There you go. Go ahead, Jamila.
Okay, so Fade basically blew us away. He submitted a video for the contest, and in his submission, he talked about why he wanted to fund his music. And what touched our hearts is that he was using his music to inspire and uplift others through art, which is another form of releasing and coping. So each week, he's getting released another portion of his money, and he gets to see what the funding is doing for him. So he's going to talk to us a little bit about his first $375 he was awarded. He did some marketing through a company, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the company and what he was able to do this week. So each week we're going to just kind of come on, and we are going to show the day's story unfolding because he's purchasing the different things that he needs to purchase, and ultimately he's going to be creating a song, a music video. He might get on some special platforms with a little bit of help with a couple of special friends. So pretty much the purpose of it is to show what's possible, because we know that when other teams see what's possible, they would also be inspired or get the faith that they need to also act. So we're excited about this segment of the show. I'm excited about the mentorship with Fade, amazing individual from Jersey City, and so much to come with that. So a part of the show, we have him on each week, just giving us a little bit more of his progress. And he's definitely made more progress this week, so he was coming on to talk about it.
Well, let me say this too while we're waiting for Fade, and I'm going to share with the director. Reverend Atwater, do you mind telling, I don't know if the director was on last week, but Fade touched you, and just tell the director what you was able to bless him with and what touched your heart for the student at Dickinson High School.
All right, as he was just talking, Jamila asked him to spit out a couple of bars. And when he spit those bars out, it wasn't many, but my spirit said immediately, send him $100 to encourage him that he can. And
well, I can tell you how your spirit is on point. What you didn't know is I was speaking to him through FaceTime audio because his phone was off. He didn't have enough money to pay his phone bill. So this week his phone is back on. So that's all about being in alignment, being on purpose, and just letting the Lord use you. So that was and this is the things that we don't see. We don't see what kids go through. A lot of times, some of them don't have the instruments that they need right now for virtual learning. You got 2, 3, 4 kids in one house sharing 1 or 2 virtual instruments. It's rough out here. So to have a platform like Teen Magazine where you're really giving folks real money, where they can use that money to invest in other things that they need for their households, for their life, for their living, prizes, such as even flat screen TVs to be able to, have an extra level of entertainment. Everybody doesn't have. So, thank God for the givers such as you all on this line today for a lot of funding for folks. Okay.
Fade, are you here?
Praise God.
But
yeah.
Can you hear us, Fade?
Yes.
I can hear you. Can everybody hear me?
Okay. All right. So Don't you know I don't like the words yay, yeah, and
Yes,
all that
yes,
other
yes,
stuff. I
yes,
want to
yes.
hear yes and all that good. Like you got some sense on this line. You got some sense with me, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
know that's what I'm saying. Here we go. That's what we're doing. So go ahead, Jamila. The
So,
question was, go ahead, Jamila.
yes, again, introduce your business, right? And tell people what you was awarded this week and what you was able to do this week. Let's start there.
Okay, thanks so much. So my business is my music, as most of you know, and thanks to everybody over here, I've received $375, and I've purchased playlist pushing, which so far I purchased it today, and that playlist pushing hopefully is gonna submit my music to curators and also put it on playlists, like big playlists, which like has millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers to give me exposure that I need. And like that's a very big opportunity for me, and I'm grateful for that opportunity.
Yes, we're grateful
Yes.
for you. So let's
Thank
talk
you.
Amen.
about next week. So we did the first part. So now next week you could tell us a little bit about
Can
how
everybody
that.
hear me?
What's
Yes.
the next piece? What's the next funding that you need, and what are you going to use that for?
Okay, so the next funding is the Spotify ad studio campaign, which is
Mhm.
going to like how you see ads in YouTube videos, you see my music as an ad. So it will bring like more exposure, more new fans, more like new feedback or like a new wave.
Hmm.
So
And that
each
will
week,
also be very helpful.
buzzing with this music. We're going to make it grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And he's also working on the theme song for Teen Magazine as well.
So let me ask the question for Day. Did you do what I asked you to do from last week?
He did.
Oh, he did. Okay, so Dickinson is following us right now and hashtagging healthier JC for that.
Oh, you
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about that? Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so Dickinson is following us at Teen Magazine NJ and they're
Yes, ma'am.
hashtagging healthier JC. Is
Yes,
that what's
ma'am.
happening? Oh, you
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
And that's what you better be doing, saying yes, ma'am. That's what I like. Yes, yes.
So
Every week, we're going to be
Yes,
highlighting
ma'am.
a high school. And what I'm going to do, you never know Director Flanagan, because you know Director Flanagan popped at your door, right? You know who Director Flanagan was, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. When we popping up at your doors, knocking on your doors, that's Director Flanagan right there.
We were waiting for him to get ready.
Yeah, look, for a long
Yes.
time. And normally I don't wait for kids, but I waited for that.
We were
Sweating, yeah. I
sweating.
think I had my weed that day. I didn't have no braids for that. Yeah, I was sweating out there. But I'm so proud of you for today because you're representing Dickinson High School on behalf of Dr. Franklin Walker, or for your principal that's up there that you're rocking out for. And this is huge for you. When you get on this platform, I want you to be ready because I know Jamila is the best. And for when you to get on this platform, you never know how we're going to bless you. So you better be ready to represent for us. On behalf of the Honorable Mayor, Stephen M. Fulop, and on behalf of Pastor McReynolds and Director Stacy Flanagan, the Jersey City Police Department, Assemblywoman Angela McKnight, the council, Senator Cunningham, all those folks have been on this platform. So you have to be
Yes.
ready for us in order for us to promote and rock out for you. Do that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Yes, ma'am.
So I would like to say something. So Fonde, he knows, like just listening to you for the past few weeks, even when we came to your door, you had a plan. You knew exactly what you wanted to do and you know how you want to do your business. However, you were lacking one thing, the resources, right? And you're just one of many children, youth inside of Jersey City and the world who knows what to do, but they lack the resources. So this platform, and I just want to say thank you, Jamila, because I've been hearing you and I've been listening to you, and you are actually holding his hand while
right.
he executes
That's right.
what he knows
That's right.
already.
That's
So,
right.
and I hear you, and I'm like, wow, we need more Jamillas, right? We
That's
need
right.
more Tamikas, and we need more everyone else that's on this platform, because our youth, they know what they want to do, but it's just sometimes it's just hard. They need that $50,
That's
or they
right.
need a
That's right.
connection to say Hot 97 or to
That's right.
Yandy. So Jamila,
right.
thank you, and Fandu, I want you to keep doing what you're doing because you have the plan. You
Yes.
just needed help just to execute it. And so far, these weeks, I'm watching you and I'm listening to you, and you're going to be big because you
Yes.
know right now. So keep it up.
Of
And
course.
Jamila, I just say thank you again.
No problem. No problem.
And
Thank you so
Fade,
much.
Director Flanagan, did you want to say anything to him, to Fade?
You're on mute.
You on mute, boss.
I thank you for staying the course. I think it's really important. Focus is so very important. If you need us, we're here. We have a team of people, and obviously, we even have our chaplain, Miss Atwater here, Reverend Atwater, that's even here for you if you need to talk about anything. If something's frustrating you, you need to, figuring out a way to break through. Like, we're here to make sure that when we are given the opportunity to help one person move along, that we're going to make sure that there's success. So you've got a whole team behind you, and it's so very important that you use us. And don't be scared to ask. The scariest thing you'll hear is no. Seems pretty much like, okay, no, come on. But the best thing you can hear is a yes, right? And it's like, yes, and how can we do more? What is it that you need to be successful, and how can we help you kind of continue on your journey? And so I just want to thank you for putting yourself out there, because this is, a huge endeavor at a young age to be able to move forward.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Elise, you want to say
I
something to
appreciate it.
him?
But Dave, what I want to say to you, it just reminded me, there was a young man that worked for the police department. He was actually a police sergeant. And he came to me one day and told me about a dream that he had of becoming an actor. But he kept pushing it off and pushing it off. And I looked at him and I said to him, I said, listen, when he talked about it, he had a dance in his eye. And I said to him, I said, listen, I said, that's your greatness. Don't let nothing deter you, and you keep pushing. What I'm going to say to you, I'm going to say the same thing to you. Your music is your greatness. No matter what comes your way, you keep forging forward. That young man that I had that conversation with, eventually he retired from the police department. And just so happened last week I was watching Tower Book Ghost, Book 2. And who did I look up and see? Is that young man. And I was so happy and I was so proud because I kept pushing him to do something that he felt in his spirit,
Yeah.
and that he knew it was a hard struggle, but he didn't give up on it. He also came from Snyder High School, and Derek Luke, along with Derek Luke. Derek, he pursued his dream years back, but Corey he was apprehensive about it because he was scared of not being secure. Don't let nothing hold you back from your dreams. You keep doing what you're doing with your music, and you keep pushing ahead, and you walk into your greatness. It's important.
So true.
Good luck to you. I'm proud of you, and I want you to keep pushing forward.
Always, man. Thank you so much.
Fade, you want to say something before I have Reverend Atwater close us out? Did you want to say something?
I just want to say I appreciate all this feedback, all this advice, all of it. It literally resonates in my brain, and I'm gonna continue to use it on a daily basis to be the better version of myself. And I just appreciate each and every one of you.
Well, you know what? I am so proud of you. And next week, what we're going to do is going to make sure we have you have a whole segment, so you'll have a lot more work to be able to talk about with us next week so you could be prepared, because I know sometimes with the technical difficulty, we definitely want to make sure that we are showing you on exactly how we're going to navigate this, because we're going to be here to rock for you. Reverend Atwater, you want to say something before I give it to the director before we close out?
I just thank God for this platform. For day, everybody needs a coach. Everybody.
That's
I
right.
don't care who they are.
That's
They
right.
need a coach. Right now, Jamela is your coach.
That's right.
Hang on in there. It might get tough sometimes. Sometimes you might want to give up. But winners never quit.
That's right.
And quitters never win.
That's right.
You win against all odds. Don't matter what. Follow your coach.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, he just lost with the difficulty, and it's okay. First of all, I want to thank everybody. We're gonna go ahead and close out because it was just amazing. You know, you never know how this show is gonna go. Director, as always, I'm gonna give you the last where you can close out, because this is the first time I actually got you on to close out. But I have to say this to everybody that's on this panel and everybody that we have every week. You never know how we're gonna change somebody's life. Director Flanagan changed my life with yoga.
Yes.
Reverend Atwater changed my life for praying for my husband. Elise done changed my life when y'all cutting these checks and making sure that these kids rocking out. Angela McKnight, now I'm getting ready to go walking with you because the director just put me on the spot to go walking with you. But you changed my life because you're always there no matter. I say, you just said something, Reverend Atwater, and a lot of people won't know this, and I talk about it. I talk about it to her face, and I talk about it behind her back. And I'm talking about Stacey Flanagan. She was a mentor to me when she didn't know she was a mentor to me. She was a mentor to me when I didn't know she was a mentor to me. She was rocking for me when I didn't know she was rocking for me. That's why I go so hard, never mind on just this platform, whether we're in the room privately, whether I'm on the phone. When I tell you she has poured into me, and you know how you think you know some stuff, but then you need to just, learn some more. And I think that's what this is. Stacey Flanagan has rocked out for me even when I wasn't in her department. So when people don't know the story and I'm here to tell you, she wants you to learn. She wants you to better yourself. She wants you to do your job and wants you to be accountable. And what she has taught me is not only to take that up another notch, because, I can go notches and notches and notches. She has taught me that not only to do that, but do it the best of my ability. So everybody on this line, my director, not only my director, my mentor, my friend, and now I just got another word, coach. You are amazing to give us this platform, director. You didn't have to do it. I know I come in your office and I say that, because some of the stuff when I'm talking, I'm like, I can see it, but then I know I could just do it. And what she says, go rock it out, get it done. And I hope I'm making you proud, director. We're going to continue to make you proud. I want to give you the last word, but before I do that, I just always want to tell you that Pastor and I love the ground you walk on. That's not coming from me being your under your leadership. That's coming from me being the diva that I am. That let me move my weed, let me move my braids, because I'm about to move them. That I sincerely rock for you, and I love you to pieces. So you give us the last word before we close out, director.
This is really hard to top now. I do think the word of today is coach. And I think it's really important to know sometimes you're being coached and you don't know it. And sometimes you're coaching others and you don't realize it. But somewhere in between is, I think we all grew up with parents that showed us there's things that we want in life and there's things that we need in life. And somewhere in between, there's things that you'll get. And I think coaching is very similar.
Wow.
And so like, I think I have everything I need. We've learned, and our culture has trained us to want more than what we need. But we're getting what we need, and coaching is a really significant part of that. And I have a coach, and sometimes I stray from my coach, and he's like, Stacey, and I've had a coach for 10 years now. There's a lot of things I don't know, and there's a lot of paths I've not been on. And I think with the next generation is seeking out who you want to coach you, and asking, because the worst they can say is no. It's like not even a syllable anymore. And the best thing they can say is yes. And then knowing when you can be the role model to coach someone else. So, I mean, this young man, just like so incredible, being in high school, starting a business, knowing he doesn't have everything he needs, but he put himself out there. And in so many different ways, just in the last week, what he's been able to accomplish with some coaching from a group, cheerleader equals coach, right? Mom, dad, grandparent, reverend, chaplain, support, right? All of those things. And so not to be scared to be coached. Coaching is not discipline. Coaching is not something negative. It's not criticism. It's let me take you by the hand. And since that's so hard with COVID these days, it's just like, I want to show you what I see that you might not be able to see for yourself. And I think that's something that we all need. And next week we'll practice. I'm going to get you, Tamika. I went to this seminar once and they handed out different colored glasses to everyone. So mine were yellow, someone else's were blue, green, and literally you see the world from your lens. And coaching is so important to understand how that other person sees you. And so I think it's be helpful for all of us, right? We all get coached. We might have a boss, but we might have someone else that's someone we go to with our problems. It's not our boss or not our parent or not our, and so I think that's, you really coined it, Reverend Atwater, by just the ability to be coached, to be a coach, and coaching is where.
Amen. I'm gonna pass the plate. You're gonna be a preacher too. You ain't gonna just be a coach. You're gonna be preaching too. Look, I'm gonna pass the plate. Look. You know what? There's nothing even to follow that. Director, again, that's why you rock. Assemblywoman, I love you. Elise, kudos. Reverend Atwater. Until next week, Open Conversations, Team Magazine. The word for today, as Director Flanagan said, is coaching. Coach, just coach. I need all the help I can get. I don't claim that I know everything, because I don't. I'm going to tell you what I do know. I know how to rock for these kids, and I know how to get the people in position to be able to help what I need them to do. But then now when you can have somebody be able to teach you some more stuff on top of that and be sincere about it, that's why it makes this amazing. So again, everybody that's out there that's been watching it, we love you. You never know what's going to happen next week, but get ready, because Jersey City PD, Assemblywoman, Director Flanagan, Reverend Atwater, you never know when we're going to be jumping out the cars again. So get ready. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.
Good night, everyone.
Mwah.